We will select the folder where our data extension is present. This is the data extension which we have created. We will select that data extension and click on Done option. Once we have configured the data extension, now you have to configure the activities. So once the data enters to this data extension, we want to send them email, we can drag and drop email. We want to send them SMS, we can drag and drop SMS. We want to send them push notifications, we can drop push notifications. A custom app which is Line Messenger is integrated. You can send that Line Messenger, or whatever app you want to integrate, like WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever you want to integrate, you can do it, and you can configure it like this. We can't send email, SMS and push notifications, but we will remove them and we will configure the email activity. So we have configured the email activity here. Now we have a requirement that once the data enters to this data extension and journey triggers this email, we want to check if this email was opened or not. If it is opened, fine. If it is not opened, we want to re-engage that customer and insist him to again open that email. So guys, the requirement is once this email is sent, we have to track if there is an engagement on this email or not. If it is opened, fine. If it is not opened, we have to re-engage this customer with the same email. Then we have to go with flow control activities. Flow control activities are the activities which will help you take decisions, multiple types of decisions. This decision we want to take on the engagement data, which is present in data views. We have seen how to query data views using automation. If this thing you have to do in automation, then you have to fire a data view query for that particular job ID. You will get to know how many people have opened or not. But here you just have to drag and drop the engagement split. The engagement split will check if there was an open event logged for this email by the customer or not. So we have to click on here, select the message. And here we have to select what kind of event you want to track. Whether you want to track open of the customer, whether you want to track clicks of the customer, or you want to track bounce of the customer, you can select any of these three. These three will be asked in your interview. What is engagement split? What are the engagement criteria you can have in the journey builder engagement split? We have open, click, and bounce. In our use case, we want to track if the email was opened or not. So we will select open and click on summary and click on done option. Once we have clicked on done option, this engagement split is configured to track if the email was opened or not. Now, engagement split has two different paths, yes path and no path. Yes determines if engagement happened or not. No determines if engagement did not happen. Yes determines if engagement happened. So our use case is if engagement is not happened, if engagement has not happened, we have to resend this email. So what we will do, we will drag and drop here. And here again, we will configure this email. Just by clicking on that email, we will click on select option. And we will configure the email the same way we have configured here. But as we have already configured the same configuration of email earlier, you have a copy option where you will be able to copy the previous configuration like this, clicking on this copy activity and selecting the activity you want to copy and dragging and drop that copy activity to the desired place. This email you had to manually configure. This is configured automatically. So what we have done here, we have tried to implement the engagement split and we want to check if engagement happened or not. If it has not happened, then we have to resend that email. Now guys, this is the decision we have taken on the engagement of the customer. This is the decision we have taken on the engagement of the customer. We also want to take decisions based on the data we have inside the data extension. Like we discussed with the use case yesterday, that the data extension we have is storing countries of the customer. What is the primary reason to store countries? Because for specific countries, people don't understand English. And if you send them anything into English, that is not going to reward you. People would ignore you. You want to sell some products to France and you are sending in English. You want to sell some products to China, you are sending in English. It won't help. Hardly people know that language there. So you have to take decisions on the data about the customer. If they are having an English speaking country, then you have to send the communication in English. If they are not English speaking countries, then you have to send communications into their local language. So let's open the data extension we have. This is the data extension we have. Here we have stored data about the customers. We have stored data about the customers, what countries they belong. Now guys, you see here many people have country India, USA, UK, Australia, Canada, which are English speaking countries. So we can directly send this email. We can directly send this email in the English language. But there are customers who are having France, China, Japan as their country, which are not English speaking. And our management has strictly given us the instructions that if a country of a customer is non-English speaking country, we have to send emails into their local language. That means this email which you have built in English, you have to build in other languages as well. You have to build the same thing in Chinese, Japanese, French, that you do it for your practice. But how to divide, how to predict what is the country of the customer and take decisions, For that, we have another flow control activity, which is decision split. You have to make sure where you have to place the activity. We have to predict the country before we send any engagement. That is why decision splits we put before the email send. But the engagement split we put after the email send, because we want to track the engagement on that email, which can only be possible once the email is sent. So you have to make sure you define the correct step where you have to enter an activity. So now this decision split will help you take decisions on the data which is present inside the data extension you have configured. Data which is present inside the data extension you have configured. So now we can create different paths here. English speaking countries. English speaking countries will go into this path, but non-English speaking countries like Chinese will go to this path. Japanese will go to this path. And French will go to this path. Now, once you have defined the path, you have to define the criteria as well. Click on edit option. Here is the journey data. Journey data means the data which is flowing inside the journey. You have configured this data extension as your journey data. So this data extension is your journey data. So you have to click on journey data and you have to define the logic. So if country is India or country is UK or country is USA or country is Canada, India, USA, UK, Australia and Canada, or country is Australia, then they should enter this path. But if you have somebody coming from Chinese, then you have to configure the country as Chinese. If country is which country? It was Chinese CH, then it will go to this path. But if it is Japanese, then it will go to this path. I will tell you clearly with the example. But journey data is the data which is entering into the journey. Currently, this data extension you have configured, right? So this is the journey data. The data which is not entering the journey directly will be your contact data, which I will tell you.
Okay.
Contact data we have already created. If country is French, then we have to use FR here. So if this country is France, then it will go to French path. And then we have to click on done, but it is saying okay. So once we have clicked on done, then we are able to divide the different paths based on the data available inside the data extension. It detects what is the country of that person, and based on that, it will segregate. Now again, based on the countries, you can send the communications. This should be in Chinese. B36 Chinese. I am just renaming it, but you have to create a Chinese language invoice. Okay. So now guys, once we have configured this, what will happen? First, data will enter from this data extension. Whatever data extension you have configured will be called your journey data. The data coming to journey directly. Once the journey data comes, you are taking decision based on their countries. Once you have detected their country, you are sending them language specific emails. Once you have sent language specific emails, then you are checking if they have opened email or not and sending a reminder email. So at every step, we can have engagement split configured. At every step, we can have engagement split configured on the open criteria. You can try clicks, you can try bounces as well for your practice. For now, I am showing you how the open works. And at every step, if the emails are not opened, we are resending them the email to increase the engagement. Now guys, here, this journey, we have just defined a workflow. But if you had to achieve this entire task into automation, then you might have to write filters to create different filtered data extensions for English speaking, Chinese people, Japanese people. And then you have to query the data views to get people have opened or not. That is huge manual effort. You as a solution consultant of Salesforce Marketing Cloud has to think which tool should be best designing a solution for that particular problem. All these components will help you design a solution, but your knowledge, your clarity of this platform will help you design the robust solutions, scalable solutions. You should be thinking around automating things. You should not be just saving time and doing those things which will require more manual effort in future. Better to spend time on designing a solution. You have a lot of tools within Marketing Cloud, automation, journey builder, manual sends, a lot of things we have seen. Think which tool will help you automate that. The same thing you have to apply in your solution. So now guys, what we have done, we have defined decision splits and engagement splits. Now, the requirement is, after sending the invoice emails and after resending them, if they have not opened, we want to send a survey form. We want to send an email with a button which will direct them to a survey form to capture their feedback about the entire process. So if you see here, once this email is sent and then if it is again resent, after that, at this step or this step, if it is opened, then at this step, if it is not opened, then at this step, you have to send a survey form. You have to send a survey form. Suppose this email contains a survey form link. So every step you have to send a survey form. Now guys, you have to make sure that every path joins this path. Every path, whether it is this path, this path, this path, this path, this path, this path, because customers are into different paths. So each and every path, once a customer follows, should receive a survey form. So you want to eventually join the customer journey back to this path. Like this. You want to join the customer journey back to this path. So even if customer has not opened the email, it will go to no. Once he has received this path, then he will again join the original path and receive the survey form. The activity we have used is join. Similarly, if customer is in this path, have opened an email, should join back the original path. Should join back the original path. Similarly, if customer is in this path, should join back the original path. Similarly, if customer is in this path, he has to join back the original path. Everybody has to join a particular path. Everybody has to join the original path. So now we have joined all the path with a single path. Now guys, this survey form, what it will contain? It will contain a message that a customer has purchased a bag, then rate your bag. A customer has purchased whatever product. Let's try to understand the products which we have in the transactions. If a customer has purchased, suppose, bag, then the email should be reflecting the content, image and rating to be accepted for this bag. If he has purchased laptop, then he has to get the survey form for the laptop. Mobile for mobile. Shoes, if he has purchased, he has to get the email for shoes. Try to understand. And where is this data present? This data is not present in the journey data. What is our journey data? B36 customer profile, which is sendable data extension. You can easily take decisions, engagements with the journey data. But now where is the complexity? The complexity lies that now the survey form should contain the content of the product that customer has purchased. And this content is not present in the journey data. It is present in the related data extension. Data extension which is in relation but is non-sendable, is not a journey data. So guys, we have till now seen how to take decisions on the journey data. Very important topic. We have seen how to take decisions on the journey data, which is a sendable data extension and getting directly utilized in our journey. But now our use case tells that you have to take decisions on the transactional data extensions, the data present in the transactions, which is not your journey data. So how you will take that decision here, whether a customer has purchased a bag or whatever he is. Later you will divide the same thing for languages, but here you have to take decision if a customer has purchased bag or whatever. And that thing is present inside the related data extension, which is not your journey data. Then, if you remember, we have already created a contact data model. What is the purpose of that data model? It is not to just see how our relationship is. It is the main purpose of that contact data is to take decisions in journeys on the related data extensions, which are not your journey data. So if I open the data extension, if I open the contact data model, which I created earlier, try to understand the concept. Contact data versus journey data, 100% will be asked. Very technical question. You have to explain the same example. So here we have some of our data models created. Let us find our data model. There is no search option. We have to manually find where you can find B36. You have to manually find if it is 6. So this is the contact data model which we have created, if you remember. For you, Gaurav, we have created with a different name.
Yeah.
So if you remember, we have created this while we were understanding the data model. It was not just for show purpose. This is our contact data. Contact data we have created so that we can take decisions on the related data extensions. As I told you, Journey is a real-time decision-making system. For that, you have to build a contact-based data model while you are designing your data. So now this is the B36 data model, which we will use to create decisions. How you will create decisions on the data present in the data extensions? You have to use decision splits again. But now this decision split, we won't be able to use journey data. Why? Let's try to see. If you only use journey data, then it will show the attributes of the data extension which is directly flowing inside the journey builder, which is our B36 customer profile. We have to take decisions on the transactions, that which product he has purchased. And this transaction is a non-sendable data extension, but transaction is a part of our data model. And this data model is called as contact data model. So instead of journey data, if we want to take decisions on the related data extensions, we have to use contact data. Now contact data, you will be able to search this data here. It won't be searching like this. We will try to search manually. So B36 attribute group is the same attribute group which you have created here. If you expand this attribute group, you have B36 transactions. In B36 transactions, what you want? Product. This was not possible in journey data, but this is possible in this contact data. So now you want to check if customer has purchased a bag or a laptop. Based on that, you want to send different survey forms. So what all products we have told? If a customer has purchased a bag, then he will be going into the bag path. But if a customer has purchased a product which is having laptop, then he will go to laptop path. Again, same thing, contact data. I hope you are able to understand difference between contact data, journey data. So 36 transactions, product, we have laptop. Similarly, people will go to laptop path. Other product we have is the mobile. Mobile, people will go to mobile path. Again, contact data, B36 contact data. Mobile, Similarly, you can have various other paths, guys. Due to time constraint, I am keeping for 3 products only: laptop, mobile, and remainder. So now if people have purchased bag, will receive a survey form. If a person has purchased laptop, then he will receive a survey form asking him to rate his laptop. If a customer has purchased a mobile, we will send him a survey form asking him to rate his mobile. And now coming back to Gaurav's question, again this survey form can be of different languages. Then again you have to use a decision split, and then again you have to configure the same thing which we have done here. So you should be having a workflow in your mind. Based on that workflow, you have to define. So if this survey form is in multiple language, English speaking nations, like, again here we can use journey data because this data is directly present inside the data extension. If country is India or country is USA, you have to make sure you either use and or. If the country is UK, if the country is Australia, if country is India, US, UK, Australia, one more country was there, Canada, then these people are considered as English speaking nations, will go to that. If it is France, but you can do it before, after, whichever position you want to choose, you can choose. So guys, this is a simple example of journey which we have created. Now, in order to activate this journey, we have to define the journey settings. In journey settings, we have contact re-entry mode. When a contact should re-enter to this journey. Yesterday, we discussed 3 examples. If there is a sign-up journey, a customer can sign up only one time in its lifetime. Any platform you go, if you put your same email address, then you can only sign in second time, you can't sign up. So you don't want the same customer to enter this again and again. You don't want customer to enter this again and again. We were speaking about the journey entry settings, re-entry mode. So I was speaking that whenever you have a sign up use case where you have to enter a customer only one time to journey and never want him to enter again, then you have to use no re-entry as the entry criteria. But if you are working for a transactional journey where a customer can purchase a product anytime, day, night, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next year, next after 10 years, okay, whatever time he wishes, in a day he can make 5 transactions, 10 transactions. He got a lot of money, he spent entire money on Amazon. So every transaction he want to receive the email, SMS, push notification, survey forms. So you have to make him enter anytime. In this case, no re-entry means he won't be able to enter again. But re-entry means whenever that criteria satisfies, whenever we get his record into data extension, transactions has been made, then he will enter this journey. This will be asked in your interview, and they will ask you explain this with examples. So sign up journey would be for no re-entry. Transactions journey would be re-entry anytime. And re-entry only after exiting means, suppose today is my birthday. I entered to this journey. I completed my life cycle. I received congratulations email. I received some offers, coupons. And then after 365 days, I should exit from this journey. You can specify when the customer can exit. After spending 365 days inside the journey, I will exit. Once I exit, I will re-enter after 365 days on my next birthday. So the journey says re-entry only after exiting. That means my birthday will come only one time in an year. I will enter only one time in an year. I will enter, I will complete my life cycle, I will exit, and I will auto enter next year on my next birthday. I can't re-enter anytime because only once my birthday falls in an year. I cannot choose no re-entry because every year my birthday is. So every year I have to enter. So you have to choose this option wisely. How you want a contact to re-enter. For us, as it is a transactional journey, we will define re-enter anytime. Once you have defined re-enter anytime, you have to schedule an automation. Sorry, you have to schedule this journey. You have to schedule this journey. There are three options: run once, recurring, automation. So guys, now try to relate this journey with the Automation Studio. In Automation Studio, we have configured a file drop automation, which will perform ETL, extract, transform, load. Let's open that automation. This is the B36 file drop automation. This is inactive, we can make it active. So what is happening? Our data is coming to SFTP in a zipped format. If you remember, it is getting transformed into CSV and data is getting imported to this data extension, B36 customer profile. It is getting imported to this data extension, B36 customer profile. Once fresh data is imported to this data extension, what you want to do? You want to send them email, SMS, push notification and make them enter into journey. So this automation, once it is complete, we want to trigger this journey, because whatever data this automation has imported is the fresh data and we want them to receive email, SMS, push notifications and go and receive all these communications we have defined in the journey. So the schedule of the journey can be based on an automation. This B36 file drop automation. What will happen? What will happen? The automation will run and data would be processed. And once this data is processed, the data will enter to this journey and then the entire thing will happen. Now let's try to clear this data and test it. Yesterday I showed you different schedule modes like one-time recurring, but this is the schedule mode we have to use because we have to integrate Automation Studio with Journey Builder. So now guys, let me clear this data and open our SFTP and see how this will work. The entire automation and journey works together. Once you have configured the journey, you have to activate it. Before activation, system will validate it. We have clicked on activate button and journey is getting activated. Journey is activated now. This is the name of the journey. I forgot to change the name, but you can find it. This journey is running, has 0 entries. And this journey is based on the automation. This journey is based on the automation. Okay. So now guys, see, once we have connected this automation with journey, another activity got enabled in the automation, journey entry. So what will happen? We will drop the file on the SFTP. That would be zipped file. It would be transformed. Then it would be imported. And then it will trigger a journey. The data will enter to this journey. And then we'll go through decision splits. And eventually emails will be sent. Now let's try it live. Very important lecture. It will clear 50% of your interview if you understand these two processes, how they are working, how ETL is working, and how communications are getting sent. It is very easy to send communication, but your primary work is to automate things and processes. You are a marketing automation consultant. So journey builder and automation are the Bible for you if you want to succeed. Now we will try to open our SFTP account, which is FileZilla. Once we have opened FileZilla, let me enter the credentials. It is already shared with you. If you don't have, let me know. Host would be entering into host. Host, username, password, port 22, quick connect. So we have our SFTP opened. Now we have already cleared the data from this data extension. And in journey, there is no audience present. Where is that journey?
Harshit, could you share that path for that videos that you showed me? Because the path earlier, those people gave me, I don't see the uploaded video there.
Yeah, I'll show. So guys, see, this journey is having 0 entries for now. This journey is having 0 entries. Automation is active, which is a file drop automation, and data is extension is having 0 records. Now we will try to import the data to SFTP and see how ETL process and journey works together. This B36 customer profile data extension is a zipped data extension, zipped file. That means it can't be directly imported. It will go through file transfer activity. We'll try to unzip and then it will get imported. So we will drag and drop to import folder on the SFTP. Once we dragged and dropped it to import folder in the SFTP, import successful. Let's go to automation if it detected the file or not. Automation detected the file. First activity is it is transforming the file. It has transformed the file. It has tried to import now. So you will see in some time data will flow to this data extension. The data import got successful. Data import got successful. 11 records entered to this data extension from the SFTP. Now what will happen? Journey is getting triggered. Journey also triggered. Now data, now here you should get 11 entries. If somebody has not unsubscribed, we have unsubscribed some people earlier while we were testing unsubscribe. So, but you can see people who have not unsubscribed will be entering to this journey now or in some time. So you see 11 people entered to this journey and decision split happened. 8 people are from English speaking countries. Chinese people are 1. Japanese 1, French 1. Everybody sent email. If I open my inbox, I will start receiving all these emails. So I received all these emails. Now what will happen? It is 1 day wait. After 1 day, again decision will happen if I opened email or not. Based on that, path will be defined. And then again, it will go on based on the flow you have defined in the journey. So this is how you have to use automation and journey. You have to see if you are working with data, you have to prepare your data, import data, you have to use automation, then connect it with journey, and then you will get everything here. Now next import, if I will do, it will overwrite these records and will come fresh data. Fresh data will be transformed, imported, pushed to journey, and journey will have these kind of decisioning capabilities. You don't have to write manual queries every time. You have just given the splits, decision, engagements, and every decision will be taken by journey itself.